Shalom. First and foremost, gonna give all glory and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, just finna get into this quick lesson. Alright, you see right here it says flesh-eating bacteria kills 4. Alright, so what is Vibrio vulnificus? Alright. So let's just read. It says 4 people in Florida have died after they contracted flesh-eating bacteria this year, according to the state's health department. It said the agency said there was 1 fatal case in each of the following countries or counties: Bay County, Broward County, Hillsborough County, and St. Johns County. Overall, there have been 11 cases in the state this year, according to the most recent data. All right. It says last year there were 82 cases with 19 deaths, with the increase in case in about half a dozen counties when compared to previous years, attributed to Hurricane Helene, the health department said. So yeah, this is, it's part of the pestilences that Yahushua was talking about, there's talks about the bubonic plague, being back. All right. So America, is not, is destined to be destroyed, And the people here are destined to be destroyed. All right. So this is Matthew 24 and I'll start at 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So the disciples, all right, they was inquiring of Yahushua, like, hey, how we gonna know that, hey, you're on your way back? All right, what's gonna be the signs, And how are we gonna know that our rulership is about to be here, Because you go into the word world, Greek word is eon, all right, meaning age, all right, because they understood that, this was the time for, the heathens to rule, all right. At the time, it was Esau, and it still is Esau, actually. What am I talking about? So as the scripture says, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, So yeah, that's what they was trying to inquire. Like, hey, when is our kingdom going to be here? All right. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Yep, false prophets claiming to have the truth. All right. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All I gotta say is rush. It says, and ye shall hear, or Salakia, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. So yeah, the pestilences, the disease, the plagues. All right. All right, it's here. All right, so it's a sign that, hey, our kingdom is here. All right, it's on his way here. All right. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, so far worse things are coming to, to America. All right. So yeah, flesh-eating bacteria. All right, kills 4. All right, so that's kind of that's terrible. That's a terrible way to go. Second Ezra 15 and start at 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. The ears of my people, all right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? They get right, because the prophecies that's to come is nothing good. All right, Jacob's trouble. All right. As the scriptures describe that day as, one of the worst days ever, most terrible day ever, you know. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Yep, everything that's written in this book is going to come to pass. All right. As America being destroyed, Babylon the Great, by nuclear missiles. All right. And before it's destroyed, it's gonna gradually decline, in every aspect, from the morals, the economy, all right, the food, the air, everything. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So yeah, we don't care what people think, what they talk about, their unbelief, all right. But because guess what? Your unbelief ain't gonna stop, the words from coming true. All right. You're gonna be a prime example. A nigga that's, in unbelief, hey, you're gonna be a prime example of, shit, 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 5. Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, all right? Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So this is the Lord's doing, all right? The Lord is, bringing these plagues. Isaiah 45 and 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So see, the Lord does all these things, all right? He's the one that creates the evil in your city, all right? He's the one that, allowed a flesh-eating plague to kill them people, all right? And guess what? The Lord is about to do that on a mass scale, or mass level, all right? Because guess what? Verse 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, all right? Because wickedness has just engulfed the whole earth to the point where, talks of the Bible, all right, righteousness is looked down upon. You're kind of weird. You're a weirdo. You're kind of weird if you talk about, go around talking about, Lord willing. People are gonna look at you crazy. But you talk about, popping another man's woman, hey, people, they'll uphold you for that. So wickedness is just, is, on every aspect, is taking over. From Esau Edom, so-called white man ruling, all right. From his, from the people he deceived, made them niggas wicked as him, So this guy's, hey, the Lord, he don't like, he don't like wickedness, Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh Bashemel Shah judges the righteous, and Yahweh Bashemel Shah is angry with the wicked every day. So he's wicked with this society. Or he's angry with the society, Salaki. Alright? These people commit abominations. They eat abominations every day. Alright? So these plagues that's about to come upon this earth, upon America, it's justified, It's not like it's, oh, why is this happening, nah. What, people eat shrimp. Salakia. Thought I just heard something. People eat shrimp, crab, and lobster like it's a luxury thing. Second Ezra 15:11. It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand, and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with the plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh Shem shall bring upon it." See? So it's about to get bad, here in spiritual Egypt. America is likened unto Egypt, from the way that they rule, the nation of Israel. All right. And it said as the plagues before, niggas getting lice. All right. The water source was, turned into blood. All right. So it's about to get bad here in America. All right. So yeah, and the people of America, you're gonna mourn. All right. For all the wickedness that you have committed. All right. So if you don't get right, you're gonna be part of the mourning. All right. You want the Lord to, preserve you in that day, because we're coming into some terrible times, Not even just on the plague level. All right, we already know it's gonna be terrible out here just concerning the plagues, all right, diseases, all right. But guess what? Concerning men that's gonna invade your house for the lack of bread, that's gonna be terrible. All right, Esau, so-called white man chasing you down, running in your house and breaking down your door. All right, doing whatever they please to you. Your family. These are the times we're coming into. All right. They got robots and shit. So it's about to get terrible out here. All right. So that's pretty much it. Lord willing, so this one's edifying. I'm going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone. All right, shalom.